We are back live here at Edgewood, and for those of you who are watching live, the issue we were having was we had a connection issue, and what you're going to need to do now, hopefully you can relay this to anyone that maybe had lost the stream previously. We have started a new stream with the same title as the previous stream. So you'll just need to switch over to the new one and you'll be able to see the rest of this one live, hopefully without any more technical difficulties. When we last were speaking to you, the Twin Valley South Panthers were up to bat. In that second inning, they had a ground out to the pitcher. Seth Carver reached on an error and then a pop out to second base by Tyler Wampler, and the inning ended on a ground ball to second base where Zach Boyle threw out late and grew, and that ended the inning. So in that inning, the Panthers got no runs, no hits. There was one Edgewood error, and then there was one runner left on base. We have moved on now to the home half of the second inning, and that was leadoff batter Braden Smith for the Cougars, one of our seniors today, who
now
just grounded
the first
out.
baseman, number 51, Quinn Parks.
So Braden Smith grounds out to second to start this inning, and that'll bring to the plate Quinn Parks. So we are back again, where our interview with our head principal at Edgewood High School, Mr. Doug Gagan, was cut off, and we are back now. And Mr. Gagan, we had just started to touch on your background in athletics, and I know you've had some experience coaching yourself, and I think you're fully aware of the realm of athletics and what it means to students. Talk a little bit about that background in sports and sort of how it shaped you in administration.
Sure. Thanks, Brian, again for having me. So I coached basketball for a number of years at Kings, Madeira, and Springfield Catholic, and then also coached lacrosse at Kings High School, started the program. And athletics are so important because of the connections that it gives for students to be part of a team, to work on that teamwork. Go ahead, Brian. I think we just had an out there.
Yeah, we had while Mr. Gagan was talking, we had a fly out to center field by Quinn Park. So quickly, 2 away.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 24, Talon Smith.
That is a really neat thing, Mr. Gagan, that you have that kind of experience in athletics, and I think it gives you a pretty good background for understanding the role of all that when it comes to students. It is a big deal and a big part of a culture, especially at a high school setting.
Totally agree. And one of my professors when I was getting my admin license talked about the importance of sports, and especially in a high school, and said the culture really starts with, if you have a really good football season, it's going to carry through the culture of the building. And I feel like I've been blessed with that by the strength of the Cougars football season that we've had the number of years I've been here.
Yeah, and one of the things that we have certainly noticed, this community as a whole, the Trenton and outlying communities, there's a swing and a line drive to left field. That'll drop in for Talon Smith, a senior. He's going to try to stretch it to 2. The throw is not in time, and Talon Smith with a double to left field for the Cougars. Hopefully they can get him around and tie this one up here in the home second. So, Mr. Gagan, we started to...
Now batting the shortstop, number 16, Robert Eggerbrecht.
We started to talk there about, I started to mention to you, and you're fully aware of this community, Trenton, surrounding communities, Jacksonburg, 7 Mile. This is an area that truly grasps and appreciates the Cougars. They are fans of the programs. It's just a neat setting. I know you've been a part of it now for a number of years, and certainly the Friday night scene is really something special when it comes to football, but it goes deeper than that in that, people want the athletic program to do well.
Yeah, 100% agree. And not just that, but our fans travel well and just support our team so well. Go ahead here. I think we got to run.
So updating you on the baseball action, that was Robert Eggerbrecht who laced a base hit into center field. That scored Talon Smith, which evens this game up at 1-1.
Now batting your pitcher, number 34, Carter Breedlove.
So Eggebrecht moves up to second on the throw to the plate. He moves up. Still scored a single with an RBI. And, Mr. Gagan, back to that topic at hand, there's so many people who just really support, so many people that support the Cougars. I know that means a lot to the athletes, but also to the entire school system and what that means to the morale of a district when you have so many people supportive of the athletic program.
Yeah, 100% agree. And, I was part of our move as we left the SWAC to SWBL, and we were attracted not just because of our teams, but our facilities and our fans. And it just, speaks volumes of this community that they care. They care about their schools, they care about their students, and they care about all the extracurriculars that we offer here at Edgewood.
Absolutely, and I agree with that. It's really been neat to be inside of that, just to see how this, you would certainly view it as a smaller community, but yet it's been growing for some time now. But there really is a feel of community pride around Edgewood as a whole. Well, updating the baseball, Carter Breedlove ended the inning for Edgewood with an out, but the Edgewood Cougars did score a run to even this game up, 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors for Twin Valley South. Edgewood did strand a runner. Eggebrecht knocks in the run to tie it. We're through 2 complete with the score now Edgewood 1 and Twin Valley South 1 as we head to the top of third. So, Mr. Gagan, one of the neat things that you were talking
Edgewood
about
in the bottom half of the second inning had 1 run on 2 hits and no Twin Valley South errors. The score is now Edgewood 1, Twin Valley South 1.
One of the things that you touched on briefly in your last comment was the fact that the Cougars have now joined the SWBL, and I was sort of speaking out on this issue on Tuesday as far as I was concerned. Now, that was a big win, I think, for Edgewood as a whole. Some good local rivalries involved in that move. You also went from a conference that was sporting, 5-6 teams. I forget what the exact number was in the FAVC, but now in the SWBL, a full conference. I just think it raises the entire athletic experience for our athletes. Your thoughts on that?
100% agree. Like the teams
Leading
that we're
off the
playing
Panthers,
now,
the center fielder number
there are
1,
a number of teams at
Chandler
SWBL that win state championships are there, and that's who we're playing against. And so we need to raise our game up more. And competition breeds better success for our programs and even the league. So I'm excited about being in this league.
That's 100%. I could not agree more with that. There's a ground ball by the leadoff hitter in the top half of the third, Chandler Ulrich. He grounds out to third. That goes 5-3 for the first out of the inning.
Now batting the left fielder number 9, Keaton Watts.
So Ulrich grounds out. That'll bring to the plate left fielder Keaton Watts, who singled his first time up there, ball low. What about, Mr. Gagan, one of the neat things as we look out here from the press box and you look around, one of the things about Edgewood is our facilities have gone under some tremendous upgrades here of late. And I know the coaches here at baseball and at softball next to us here to our left, they have certainly invested a lot of time to make these facilities look good. And then our district with the new field turf at our most participation takes place at our football stadium with track and lacrosse and soccer, multiple, junior high events, even pee-wee level uses that facility over there. And the upgrades over there are quite staggering. You look at that, and what a neat place for these kids to participate in. What are your thoughts on that as a whole, and what all of these facilities mean? I think it gives the cosmetics of it all gives Edgewood a pretty good look right now.
It gives it a great look, and it's just nice to have these facilities to support our athletes and just to continue their growth as student athletes as they are part of a team, part of our school to just continue to grow our culture and our brand at Edgewood High School.
That's it. I mean, these kids really have a good situation. There's a swing and a drive to left. That's going to drop, and it's going to go towards the corner. Up with it out there is Roman Smith. He'll get it in, but that's a double for Keaton Watts. So Watts doubles to left.
Now batting the shortstop, number 2, Case Kingsley.
That young man now 2 for 2, Keaton Watts, having a great baseball game. Mr. Gagan, let's dive outside of athletics a little bit. Right now, so many neat things going on at the high school. Just today, we had I think a program that is just fantastic in recognizing our top 10 academic students at the high school. Obviously was in class today, not able to attend that, but what a neat recognition that Edgewood does in that, recognizing those kids who have poured themselves into their academics and I'm sure are all going to go on to do great things.
Yes, 100% agree. And it's such a great event. You know, I came up with the idea, but Lori Lyman, my assistant principal, has really taken over that and made it just a special event for parents, our students, and then they get to nominate a teacher that they want to honor too. So it's great so that our students are giving back and recognizing our teachers, and it's just a special event, and it went off extremely well today. But not just that top 10 today, we also had the day prom with some of our special needs students and other regular students kind of getting together and celebrating a day prom.
Very cool.
With a lot of other high schools at the Savannah Center in Westchester.
That's outstanding. And I know that I have a lot of those kids in class. There's a walk as Carter Breedlove walks. Case Kingsley runners at first and second. But the students
now batting the right fielder, number 3, Dustin Miller.
The students that you mentioned, I have a lot of them in class right now, and they were just so excited. I know that the aides that are with them during the day just do a tremendous job with them. It's just a special event, and it's just getting, it's going a bit deeper as we get closer to the end of the year. I mean, so many neat things. We have the event Champions Day coming up down at the football stadium, where again, a lot of our students are involved with. We've got a blood drive coming up at the high school that's really, really neat. And then, of course, the culmination of it all. And one thing that I think, and get your thoughts on this year our graduation will take place at Kumler Field. And I just think personally, I just think that that's a cool thing to do, and that they get to be at a place that carries some value to them and has a lot of memories. There's a swing and a ground ball to the right side. Boyle moves over and makes a nice play on that as the ground ball from Dustin Miller goes 4-3. Both the runners move up to
now batting
second
the third
and
baseman,
third.
number 7, Zach Cook.
But that graduation, I think it's going to be really cool. Now, we're obviously dependent on the weather that day. We're hopeful that that's a day that is not interrupted by rain. We certainly have some rain plans in place. But how cool is that just to be able to have that in a setting that means so much to the students?
And that's what I heard from students and parents, that they were excited to welcome us back at Kumler Field. Miami has a great...
Oh, hit by pitch to the helmet of Zach Cook. He reaches to load the bases. Go ahead.
Miami's has been a great venue for us to have graduation, but it's nice to have it, in our buildings where our kids, spent the majority of their education right now. So we're
now batting the
excited
second
to have
baseman,
it.
number 14, Parker Howard.
And we've been planning for this graduation for about 2-3 months now. And I met today with Lori Lyman, my assistant principal, Alicia Adams, who is our director of operations, and Scott Clemens, and we really feel like it's going to be a great night for our kids and way to honor the class of 2024.
And I agree. That is just really, really cool. And man, you when you're at a university setting, there a lot of there's still a ton of preparation, but when you bring that to your own facilities, it certainly is more. As a pickoff attempt gets away at first base, that's going to go as an error on Carter Breedlove, which will score a run to give the Twin Valley South Panthers the lead 2-1. But a lot of planning, a lot of things have certainly gone into planning this event, but I do think that it's going to be one that all that investment is going to be worthwhile as a big day for our seniors.
Yep. Couldn't agree more. And Brian, I think what you're doing here too is a highlight too. You got an amazing voice. I think you could do some Major League Baseball games.
That would be pretty cool. But this is just fine for me, just to be able to watch our athletes in this setting in a sport that's very dear to me. It's just a cool gig.
Yeah, but it also just shows like you are Mr. Cougar, just being here and supporting our baseball team and taking a risk by doing these live streams. And I hear you have great attendance. People, over 100 people watching these baseball games, and I just want to thank you for serving at Edgewood High School so well.
Thank you. That means a lot, Mr. Gagan. Well, a quick baseball update before we let Mr. Gagan go. For the Cougars, Nick Kelhofer, let's see here, for the Twin Valley South Panthers, we did have a ground out to third base. That went Brendan Breedlove over to first baseman Quinn Parks to end the inning. So the Twin Valley South Panthers in the inning, they got one run. They did collect one hit. There was one Edgewood error, and there were two runners left on base. And we are through 2.5 here in Trenton with the score now Twin Valley South 2 and Edgewood 1. This break sponsored by Johnny's A1 Sanitation.
Twin Valley South.
We're back live here for the Cougars' home half of the third inning. Leading off will be leadoff hitter Nick Kelhofer. Kelhofer grounded to the mound to start this one. The left-hander Wampler deals ball one. What a great interview with our high school principal, Mr. Gagan. He's moved on. I'm sure has a busy night. He probably is going to be attending. I'm sure he probably will be attending the lacrosse senior night possibly as well, but he's got a family back in Cincinnati as well, and just means a lot to have. And he's not the only one that's been out. We've certainly had other administrators in the district that have been here. Just neat to get their perspective through all of this on Edgewood athletics. And I just think it's really neat that support, that they're willing to come on and answer some questions and support these kids. And Mr. Gagan was right in line with our other guests in terms of him coming out and saying some good things about Edgewood. That was awesome. So we thank Mr. Gagan for his time. Back to baseball, Nick Kelhofer waves the bat in there. Wampler deals, and there's a swing and a line smash. The right fielder comes on out there. That is Dustin Miller. Dustin Miller with a nice play on a sharp line drive to right.
Now batting the second baseman, number 49, Zach Boyle.
So that's a couple of at-bats in this one. Earlier Brady Haas hit an absolute missile to center field. That was snared, and that at bat by Kelhofer line out directly to the right fielder. You know, as a former baseball coach, these are the situations where you tell the players, hey, you're doing everything right. There's a hit by pitch of Boyle. He'll go down to first. But these players, you know, it's hard to play baseball and hit well. And this is now 2 occasions tonight where Edgewood hitters have hit the baseball well and had outs.
Now batting the catcher, number 13, Brady Haas.
But you just keep telling them, it's unfortunate, but that is the sport of baseball sometimes. You do everything right, and they make plays. And guess what? That's what they're out there to do, is make plays. And certainly to this point, Twin Valley South has made those plays against the Cougars. That'll bring up to the plate the 3-hole hitter for the Cougars, Brady Haas. As we mentioned, he lined a ball hard to center field for an out his first time. So Boyle over at first. He gets hit by the pitch. And that will bring to the plate again Brady Haas. Roman Smith, sophomore, waiting in the wings. Left-hander kicks and deals, taken low by Haas. As a reminder to all of you watching live, just remember this game gets archived. As soon as there's a strike to Haas, these games get archived on the Edgewood Athletics YouTube page. And you can watch these games anytime you want from any point in the season. Boyle takes the secondary over at first. Fastball high, ball 4. And Brady Haas reaches on a walk.
2+ is cool, man.
Now batting the left fielder, number 28, Roman Smith.
Good. You know what I mean? Toss down for the Chiefs ring on.
Roman Smith steps in. Roman, his first time up there, flew out to left. He'll be looking to bring in a run here. Fastball taken low, ball 1. The Edgewood Cougars will be home again tomorrow in a game that we will also live stream as New Richmond comes to town for a 12 o'clock start. A weekend of baseball for yours truly, as I am scheduled to work the Cincinnati Reds game on Sunday as the Baltimore Orioles are in town. 2 similar baseball teams as Smith takes high. 2 similar teams, a lot of young talent in Baltimore and a lot of young talent in Cincinnati should make for a good weekend of baseball. I don't know if I've said this before, but my job with MLB Network, I'm given about 20 games to work directly with the umpires and their communication equipment with New York in the event that there is a play that is challenged. All of that equipment I'm responsible for testing in the pregame and then have backups in the dugout with me should something go wrong in game. There is ball 4 to Roman Smith. Nope, not ball 4. I stand corrected. Roman started to throw his bat, which led me to believe that was ball 4, but evidently it was not. And now we got some chirping going on from the Edgewood dugout. And I don't know if it was that or home plate umpire ripped off that mask like he wasn't happy about something, but maybe not. So here comes Smith. He swings and misses, and Roman Smith is down on strikes.
Now batting the right fielder, number 4, Braden Smith.
But that job with MLB is really a teacher's best friend, let me tell you. If you're a baseball fan, getting to do what I get to do down there and being that close to the action for 20 Reds home games a season is really, really cool. And I know my boss with MLB, Chris Fickus, he's probably listening in today. He's been doing that some. There's a swing and a line drive into left field off the hands. Coming in to score is Zach Boyle. And this game, once again, is tied at 2s on the base hit from senior Braden Smith. That's pretty cool stuff when a senior gets a big hit like that on senior night.
Now batting the first baseman, number 51, Quinn Parks.
So Boyle scores. Brady Haas moves up 90 feet to second base. Braden Smith with a single and an RBI. We're tied at 2. Stepping in is Quinn Parks, the first baseman. He fouls the first pitch straight back. But to my boss again with MLB, I don't know if he's watching. He's tuned into a couple of these. Chris, just hope if you are listening, you know what it means for me to be a part of that team in Cincinnati. There's a hit by pitch. Quinn Parks moves on down to first on the hit by pitch, and the bases are loaded.
Now batting your designated hitter, number 24, Talon Smith.
So we have a unique scenario here. Edgewood senior Talon Smith up there with the bases loaded in a 2-2 game. He swings and hits a flare down the left field line, curving. That ball will go foul. Close, probably missed by about 8 to 10 feet, but you could see the bend on that baseball as it traveled down the line, just landing foul as Talon Smith behind in the count 0-1. We have action on the softball field now. I have to get a word on what is going on over there. I don't know if that's Edgewood Varsity.